Hello my friends, welcome to Tom's Tinkering and Adventures. Coming at you here from my backyard. The dogs out here, they're all excited. See? So I got something I've been putting off fixing for a little while here, and that is my Bubba Keg. This is kind of like a knockoff big green egg. Hey, do you want to run this or am I running it? Come on, dog. Anyway, so I'm not the biggest cook around, you know, but I do enjoy cooking. And I wanted to get myself a big green egg, but I just couldn't justify it because I know that I'm too lazy. And spending that much money on a big green egg, I just knew I wasn't going to use it enough. So I ended up getting this Bubba Keg, and I got it off of Craigslist, used. It was in really nice shape, and I've had it for a while, a couple of years. And the last time I used it, it's been a while since I'd cleaned it really well. And one of the things you can do to clean this this grill is you can open up the vents. So if you're familiar with a big green egg, it's very similar. You got a vent on the top, a vent on the bottom. You open that. This one's actually open all the way right now. And what that does is it gets airflow going through, and it heats up inside of there really hot. This thing can go, well, the temp gauge goes up to 800. Well, what I did is got done cooking on it. I had cooked some wild hog that a friend of mine gave me. Turned out pretty good. And after that, I opened it up, and I kind of forgot about it for a little bit. It wasn't too long, though. Maybe about 45 minutes. And I smelled something, and then the next thing I know, I heard something. Well, this thing was pegged out. This thing was way down, even above 800, way down here where the Bubba Keg is. So this thing was flipped all the way around down here. This handle, sorry about the shadows here, but this handle melted off the side. And I opened up the inside, and you can see here, this one's got one of these rivets broke off, melted off. There's supposed to be 3 of these brackets. This one over here, the rivets melted off. This one, the rivets melted off. And that is part of the support for this this grate that's in here. So what I need to do is I need to fix this thing. So I'm going to drill out these rivets, all these, take these off, clean these up. I gotta get these screws all out of here, and I already tried to turn them, and they're being a little bit of a pain in the butt, so we'll see what happens with these. And try to get this handle reattached, and just give the thing a good cleaning and see if we can't get it ready to go again here so I can barbecue. It's barbecue season here in San Diego because it's always barbecue season in San Diego. It's awesome. It's beautiful here. So let's see if we can't get started on this. That's all those off of there. Now these screws, they're going to be an issue. So they are put in, and I actually broke this one off trying to get it out. They're in here in these. Sorry, I can't see if we can see in there very good. Not very good light. That's our problem. There's some inserts in there, and the inserts start spinning once you back these screws out of here, these bolts. So I'm gonna have to figure out what I want to do with these. I'm probably gonna end up just cutting them all off, and I might have to re-drill some new holes or punch those inserts out. We'll figure that out as we go. But in the meantime, I'm gonna take the bracket that I just took off and the other 2 into the garage. We'll drill all of the rivets out of there and see what I got for rivets, and maybe we can get those put back in. I was fortunate enough to have some stainless steel rivets in my garage that fit in here. So we'll just start driving these down just a little bit at a time until we get each of them holding a little bit. I don't know. Then we'll pop all of them. And the reason I'm just doing each of them a little bit is just to make sure that we don't leave a gap behind this. Now, it looks like the ones that came out of here were aluminum. And I guess how hot I got this thing melted the aluminum. That's crazy. I didn't know that this barbecue could get that hot. I'll tell you, once you heat it up like that, it just burns everything right off of that cast iron grate inside of here. It's like putting your oven on the self-cleaning mode. Holy smokes, that one's hard to pop. That one too. That's one. Watch your eyes. That's two. Okay, so I'm just going to do the same thing for the other two in here. And then the barbecue will be usable, but we're just going to see if we can't figure out a way to get this other handle back on here. After I got all three of these supports in here, I wiped the entire interior down with some vegetable oil. And now we will put the coal basket in here next. Let me see. Let me grab that and I'll show you how that goes in. Looks like we might be making wieners. Well, maybe not. So here's this item. That's how that goes. I'll wipe that all out with vegetable oil as well. And same with this piece here, which goes in the bottom. So I'll wipe that all up with vegetable oil. I'll show you what that looks like when that's cleaned up. And there we are, all cleaned up a little bit with some vegetable oil. Definitely makes it look a lot nicer. Next item that goes in here is this, I'm not even sure what they call this thing here, but you can use this to do direct or indirect heat. And what I use is, I've got this old cast iron pan. So I put that on there, then it keeps the direct heat off, so then you have indirect heat. And then next we can put our grate on. It's a little bit rusty now, so I'll put a little bit more vegetable. After I cooked everything up and you know, melted the handle off and all that, this thing was pretty clean. And I had put some vegetable oil on it, but I left it sit outside, and now it's got some rust. So what I'm gonna have to do is heat this thing up, clean it again. It's a never-ending cycle. Got to stay on top of your stuff. So we'll just wipe it down a little bit. One thing I like about this, there you go, you can change your settings, see? Low and high settings on here. All right, so at this point, we should have an operational grill. Let's see what we can figure out to do with this handle. I think it's gonna annoy me if I don't put it on there, even though I could use it just as it is. Hopefully you can see in there now, and you can see the, let's get my finger in the way, the insert that these screws go into. And what's happening is, I don't know if you can see it in there or not, but that insert is turning with this screw. There you go, you can probably see it now. See how that's turning? So I can't loosen the screw. So I need to come up with a solution for that. And then the other problem is that this thing got so hot. Look at how melted that got. Well, I've already gone ahead and created a little bit of a solution. I cleaned that up a little bit on my grinder on that side. So I just got to clean this side up. I think what happened is this thing got so hot on here, thing got so hot inside that it transferred heat to these screws. These screws got hot, and there's little tables, I'll show you, little tables that attach to these, and the weight of the table and the heat caused this thing to just slide out. So these holes got elongated a little bit as well, but that's nothing that a washer won't fix. But until I can get these screws out, that's going to be a non-issue. Otherwise, second option I might have is just to offset it a little bit like this and just drill some holes into here and use sheet metal screws. But I'll have to cut these all off. But I have a little idea. I'm going to try it, and then if it works, I'll show you what it is. And we'll clean up this other end as well. Well, my idea might just work. What I've done is I've drilled a hole right next to this insert, between the insert and the inner little panel that these inserts are attached to. So I drilled a hole next to that. And the plan was to put a screw in there and hold it, but just drilling the hole was enough. And I got this screw out. So I will continue and try to get the rest of them out. I mean, even if I can get 3, this one I already broke off, so who knows, we'll see. But even if I can get 3 of them out, that'll be a step in the right direction. Well, I managed to get 2 of them out. 2 of them broke, and I broke a couple of drill bits. So it looks like I'm going to be using some sort of screws here. So these are not the best choice I have, but these are the only ones I have that are going to fit for now. So I'm going to put these on, and then when I hit to the hardware store, I'll get a little bit better ones than these. But let's go put these on and see how it works. Yeah. It's almost there. Almost there. Actually, these screws are working out better than I thought they would. And the chances of me going to the hardware store and replacing them is probably pretty slim. Go. This one, I think I need to do a little bit of work on this as well. Yeah, I'll do a little bit of work on that still, but other than that, the old Bubba Keg is ready to cook again. And yeah, when it comes time to heat it up and burn it off, I know that I better sit back here and enjoy a beverage and watch it. And this thing I still have to clean up too. I forgot about that. I found that laying out here as well. Yeah. Don't forget your stuff outside either, ladies and gentlemen. Dogs, do you approve? What do you think, Banjo? Man, he is slobbering. Look at him. Ranger's got something to say. Yeah, you know, at least I got some people to hang out with me here today. And y'all are hanging out here today too, so thank you very much for watching. Get out there and find your adventure. Adios.